Hello boys and girls, this is Mr. Giomini here to help you out with your test on Wednesday and also some of you taking a test on Tuesday. Here's a little test taking strategy number one, multiple choice questions. I know you guys have covered this last year in 5th grade, but it's always nice to get a little refresher at times. I kind of like to use a little strategy that I've stolen / borrowed from Mr. Hartwell. Some of the steps that he uses and I tend to use too is, first step is point and say. So where I actually go through the problem, point and say the words to myself in my head. I also then circle and underline. I'm going to circle any numbers that are used in the problem. I'm going to underline any other words that may help me kind of get to what this problem is asking of me. I want to then estimate, which sometimes I don't always have to use that strategy. I want to eliminate answer choices, especially with multiple choice. Eliminating wrong answers will make it easier for me to find the correct answer. I then want to solve. I then want to ask myself, does my answer make sense? Does it make sense with what the question's asking of me? And then number 7, I want to do it again, which I know some of us are not doing effectively. So if I take a look and use these strategies in this problem, first thing, point and say. Mr. Hartwell came up with a product of 3 millionth when he multiplied two numbers. Select the correct problem that Mr. Hartwell started with from below. Answer choice A, 6 times 10 to the third. Answer choice B, 6 times 10 to the negative fifth. Answer choice C, 6 times 10 to the negative sixth. And answer choice D, 6 times 10 to the negative third. I want to go back and circle and underline some information that may help me. Well, I want to circle any numbers involved in the problem. Well, in this one, there's only really one number. 3 millionth. Now, what I draw my attention to is this right here. That tells me that 0 in the ones place tells me this number is less than 1. I see product. I'm going to underline that word. Product means it's an answer to a multiplication problem, so I must be multiplying here. And here, this here confirms my notion that's a multiplication because it says multiplied. I say I multiplied two numbers. Now I need to select. That means out of these 4 answers, I need to select the correct answer. All right, and then I'm trying to look for the problem that Mr. Hartwell started with. So I did something to get this number. I probably multiplied something times something to get this answer of 3 millionth. I can't really estimate in this problem, so I'm not going to use that strategy. There's nothing for me to estimate. I'm going to eliminate some answer choices. Now, because I know that this is less than 1, 3 millionth, I know that when my powers of 10, I can never multiply by a positive exponent to get a number that's less than 1. Now I'm left with 3 choices. 3 times 10 to the negative fifth, 3 times 10 to the negative sixth, and 3 times 10 to the negative third. Okay, I'm going to kind of just stay there. I'm going to solve now. Now, I have my number here of 3 millionths. Now, the great thing about scientific notation, powers of 10, is I really just have to be able to count zeros, move decimals over. Now, if that's what my answer was, I must have started with a 3, and it was 3 times 10 to some power, which then gave me the answer of this. So I say to myself, okay, the decimal point's right here. So to begin with, the decimal point was originally here. Now, if I move it over 1, 2, 3, that would give me 3 thousandths. But I have 3 millionths. So now I can go back step 4 and eliminate answer choice D. Now I'm left with B and C. Now, if I take a look here, let's see here, the decimal started here. It was moved over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that must mean I'm multiplying by 10 to the negative 6th power. So I can now eliminate that. That means my correct answer choice would be C. Does my answer make sense? Well, going back, is that a multiplication product? Yes. Did I multiply two numbers? Absolutely. Have I selected what I believe is the correct answer? Yes. I based that on, move the decimal place over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's where I get my exponent of to the negative 6 because, again, this product is less than 1. Do it again. Okay, all I go back, I'm going to say point and say, Mr. Hartwell came up with a product of 3 millionth when he multiplied two numbers. Select the correct problem that Mr. Hartwell started with from below. Circle and underline. I circle the number. I underline any keywords that will help me in solving this problem. I put little multiplication signs above here where it says product and multiplied. I drew an arrow pointing to the 0 in the ones place. That lets me know that this number was multiplied by a power of 10 to the negative power, a negative exponent. I then go ahead and I eliminated any wrong choices I had. I solved it by rewriting the number and then saying, well, I must have started with a 3, so it's 3 times 10 to something. I know it's a negative exponent. I said, well, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Does my answer make sense? Yes, it's less than 1. It is also not 3 times 10 to the negative third, because then the decimal will move over 3 times as opposed to the 6 times I moved it over. And I am done. Hope this strategy makes sense. Hope you use it on the test and on future tests. Take care.